and get back to that. We're back here now. We got to win football game. We got a really good opponent in Clemson. We know the challenge in front of us, but we're excited about it.
Final question for me: would a win validate that Notre Dame's back on the national scene as a prominent powerhouse?
No, I think we are. You wouldn't be here unless we were on the national scene.
Coach Gill, just like Clemson, you came in with an incumbent starter, and about 2 games in the season, you had to make a decision, and when you put Ian into that starting role, talk about how you had to spend time with your team, or if you had to spend time with your team to make that transition and make his leadership role stand out.
Yeah, I think there are different circumstances when you make changes at quarterback, and I've had them throughout my 28 years of being a head football coach, where sometimes it's more delicate than others. This was not a delicate situation. Both of them were well respected. Both of them handled themselves in such a manner that I think our team trusted whoever was the signal caller, and I think that was pretty evident in the way that we played with Brandon and the way that we played with Ian. So didn't really need to do anything behind the scenes to answer your question. It had already been done by the way they handled themselves and the respect that they had built with the team itself. There's some fine artwork right over here. That would be the Fighting Irish right there for any of those here that are not sure what that is. Is that Rattlesnake being here? Huh? That's a tire? Of course, one of our sponsors being Goodyear. Let me throw that in. Is that good, Goodyear? Okay.
Coach, here's Matt.
Yep.
How much do you view this game as sort of a measuring stick for your program building against the quality team?
I don't. This is not a measuring stick. We've had a number of games this year that we're able to understand who we are, and our schedule's a measuring stick. If we wanted to measure who we were, you just start with Michigan at the opener. I think that would probably, if you asked that question after the Michigan game, I would probably say we're going to be a pretty good team this year. But when you go through and you win week after week, you're past measuring sticks. You're about consistency and performance. You're about complementing your offense and defense and special teams. You're about individuals playing at a high level. So, we're well past that narrative.
You said after week 1 you could tell that this was going to be a pretty good football team. Was there any point in the season where you first felt that a season like this, a trip to the college football playoff, was possible?
Yeah, I mean, I think you see remnants of it in your off season. We came off a pretty good year last year. We felt there were some things last year at 10-3 that we had to address. We had a good bowl win over LSU, but there were things that we needed to work on. I thought we worked on them in the off season. We addressed them. Felt like if things continued to move in the right direction in the off season and then through the spring and summer, we had to really begin with beating our first game against Michigan, and I think things would fall into place. And then there was no other goal in mind but to be back here and to be part of the playoff conversation. Sure.
Coach,
Yes, sir.
Coach, Justin Ewing has been a scoring machine since day one. What does it say about the confidence that the team has in him and you have in him as a kicker that he can hit it just about anywhere?
Yeah, I think anytime you talk about good football teams and consistent football teams, they have to have a kicker that you can rely on in any kind of circumstance, and in particular late in games. Justin has been a very steady player for us, has not gotten the national attention for some reason. I don't know why. He's our all-time leading scorer at Notre Dame, and I don't think you see his name anywhere. But for us, he has been that consistent player at that position that is required from all good football teams.